Hey everybody, welcome back to Bookish and Bearded. I hope you all had a great week. Today I will be doing my June wrap up, July TBR, and using my beautiful Lord of the Rings mug to draw those prompts out of. As always, we will start with my wrap up of last month. I had some decent reads. Got a good amount read. The first one we're going to go over is Sword of Kaigen. This one, I won't give any spoilers, but I will say this one was devastatingly good. I gave it 3 stars. I know that is kind of low, especially for me. I typically rate high. There are some books that are devastating or make me cry or upset me that still get high ratings. This one just didn't do it right. I don't know if it was lack of closure, if it was like how open ended the book was, or just which character these things happen to, or a combination of all those things, I guess, to be honest with you. Those are the reasons I gave it 3 stars, is because it was a little too devastating for me. The writing was phenomenal. Uh, really, the world building was super cool too, but you kind of get tossed into the middle of it. So imagine building a world halfway through, like instead of like a gradual buildup, which is what I'm used to. Uh, so I guess that's another negative that I didn't like. I really don't like just kind of being tossed into the middle of a new magic system. And instead of it being explained, you're just kind of like figuring it out as you go. But yeah, that's kind of what I rated that and why. The next book is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, which is one of my favorite authors. One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns was one of my favorite duologies. This book, though, I gave 5 stars to. It was freaking amazing. Again, I can't give too many spoilers, especially my wife has not read it yet. Dark, gothic vibes with gargoyles and a romantasy. So we've got a dark cathedral setting and a young lady going through trying to she's been like sheltered her whole life, and this book is her going out into the world and having to figure everything out and essentially take the blindfold off that she's been wearing her entire life. This book is very dark. There is some spice. I wouldn't say it's anything crazy. 1 or 2 chili peppers. As far as language goes, they do curse in it too. So it is an adult book, but it is really, really amazing. You have to give it a chance. Man, this book was so good. I even got to go meet Rachel Gillig and get the autographed version. She was super sweet. Her story of like why she wrote this and like kind of her process and her Q&A was super fun. Made me love the books even more knowing the backstory. Uh, Dude, they are just so good. And if you like dark vibes and a romantasy, you should definitely read this book. The next book is The Selection by Kiera Cass. That is this book. This I gave 5 stars to as well. A completely different vibe. This is a dystopian bachelorette type book. Basically, America has been overran by China and the UN and a bunch of other countries have like it's like World War IV, destroys everything. And as they're rebuilding the US, you can kind of think what is it, Hunger Games, where they separate everybody into different districts. They do the same thing with this. Each district, every time a prince or the prince of these nations is ready, old enough to marry, each little providence or section sends a girl or two from their district to go and try and become the new to be queen or princess. It is good. I absolutely loved this book. The main character is super sassy. Uh, the love story in it is really, really good. There is no like magic system. It's more so just a dystopian romance. Bachelor, a bunch of women fighting and trying to win one guy. I loved it. It has a love triangle in it, which is super, super good. It was fun. So after this one, I went and grabbed the second book. I wasn't able to get a physical copy, so I actually audiobooked the second one. I think it is called The Elite, and I gave it 4 stars. It wasn't quite as good as the first book. It kind of falls off a little bit. I don't know that I'm going to continue the series. I probably will one day, but it takes a different turn that I saw coming from the first book, but I was hoping it would be fun. But really, it starts to just feel like I'm watching The Hunger Games. Not that that's a bad movie; it's just pretty verbatim. But yeah, that's those 2 books. And then the last book I read is When in Rome by Sarah Adams, who is one of my new favorite authors. And this is a 5-star read. It is my new favorite romance novel. It was so adorable. So you have a rich musician. She's super famous. From the time she turned 18 and started singing, her career just took off uh, way too fast. And now she doesn't know like who she is anymore or where she wants to be in life. So she needs to step away. She goes to this small country town out in the middle of Kansas, Kansas or Kentucky, one of the two, and ends up running into this gentleman who is a super grouchy, grumpy country boy, and she is a very bubbly city girl, and they end up being trapped in the same building together for the couple weeks she's there. It has all the tropes I love. It is super well written, very nicely paced. I don't think there's any spice in this. It's closed door, and the language wasn't bad either. It's a pretty appropriate book, but it was so cute. Yeah, that is all my reads for this month. All right, so now we'll get into some prompts and pick probably 4 to 5 for me to try and read 3 or 4. Well, one will be my sacrifice. The first prompt is a fairy tale retelling. Let's see. So I've got 2 options to pick between. The first is The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song, and this is a Mulan retelling. And then the second book is A Forgery of Fate by Elizabeth Lim, and it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I think you all know which one I'm going to pick because I've been talking a lot about Elizabeth Lim. That is the one I'm going to go with. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling where the beast is a dragon. I have been loving my Asian books lately. Love Beauty and the Beast, and I am a huge fan of Elizabeth Lim. So this is a no-brainer for a fairy tale retelling. All right, let's see what this next prompt's going to be. The second prompt is a romance book. That's easy enough. I got a crap load of those. All right, this was a pretty easy pick too. It is An Ancient Witch's Guide to Modern Dating by Cecilia Edward. I have been dying to read this since I found out about it. I was walking through Barnes & Noble and saw the sprayed edges and cover, which are adorable, and picked it up and read the back. And it is about a witch in the 17th century is struggling with finding a man. So she starts making a lot of love potions and giving them out to the villagers. But she's like, not making them wrong, but in a rush to like find a man, ends up doing something wrong and exploding and getting thrown 300 years into the future, and has to date men in today. Online dating, speed dating, stuff like that. Starts to discover this new world and discover herself. It sounds adorable, and I cannot wait to read this. So that's the second pick. The next prompt is going to be A book that has been on your TBR before. Let's see. Okay, so I have a couple options for this one. We've got Dreadful by Caitlin Rozakis. This is more of a cozy read. So this is about a villain in his castle, and one of his spells blows up and gives him amnesia, and he wakes up and doesn't know why he has like goblins that want to do what he says, a princess locked up. Like he has no clue who he is or why he's there, and has to try and figure it out. The next book is Anathema by Carrie Lake. This book is dark, gothic, fairy tale vibes, and it's supposed to be as close to One Dark Window, or some people say even better, as you can get. I love One Dark Window. I love dark fairy tale vibes, and this one's been on my TBR a couple times. And then the third one that's been on my TBR for a while is Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio. I think I said that right. Ruocchio. This is sci-fi space opera about this guy. It's the Sun Eater series. Most of you probably know about it already, but we'll see. It says, "It was not his war. The galaxy remembers him as a hero, the man who burned every last alien from the sky. They remember him as a monster, the devil who destroyed a sun, casually annihilating 4 billion human lives, even the Emperor himself, against imperial orders. But Hadrian was not a hero. He was not a monster. He was not even a soldier." Dude, I don't know. It sounds good. I've been wanting to read it. But of these three, I think, not only because it's cozy, I think because of the size of the book and how much reading I have to do, I'm going to go with Dreadful and get a little. I love a good villain as the main character book, so that's what I'm going to go with. The last prompt is going to be a book with a magic scene in it. Let's see. All right, this next one with magic in it is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I do not know much about this. I just know that it is a romantasy with fairy tale vibes. My wife has been wanting me to read this, so I think this will be the month. I'm finally going to dive into it, read the whole trilogy, and see what I think. I've heard very mixed reviews on this, but it's kind of a love or hate. I've never heard it in between. It's either people absolutely love this, or there's one or two things in it that turn them off from the series. But I am super excited to read this and see what it's all about. So to go over what we got, we're doing The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which is romantasy. I believe it's YA. Dreadful by Caitlin Rozakis, which is cozy romantasy. There might be romance in this. I'm not sure. A little bit sprinkled in. An Ancient Witch's Guide to Modern Dating, which is going to be romance. So I'm starting to see a theme here. And the last book is A Forgery of Fate by Elizabeth Lim, which is also a romantasy and is YA. Dude, what can I say? I love romance. I love romantasy. I do, trust me, I love sci-fi and fantasy. And I will delve back into another big fantasy series. But for now, I'm feeling the love and really want to delve into some more romances and romantasies. That is it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure you write down in the comments which one of these books you're most excited for me to read, and if you've read some of these, kind of your thoughts on them. Thank you all so much for watching. This community is the best. I know I say it all the time, but I can't say it enough. You guys, between the comments and reaching out to me on all my different platforms and being sweet to my wife, you're all awesome. And I love getting to know you all. So make sure you just continue to talk to me because I enjoy it. Y'all have a great day.